Right, hello there. Now we have another short video all to do with time. So this one is a bit more along the lines of getting used to various times, either AM or PM, writing them down correctly, and just really building up your confidence. This is a bit more of a confident one. Now, hopefully you would have mastered 1 o'clock and 2 o'clock, etc. So you'd feel quite happy with those. So if I was to add them on right now, you should feel to yourself, yeah, I can identify that pretty much straight away. So here we go. What time is that? Hopefully you would have said it's 2 o'clock. And if you're really good, you would have spotted that it's 2 p.m. So you would have said 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Give you one more go and see if you can make sure if you didn't include that last time, you include it this time. Okay, what time is that? Shout it out. Okay, so hopefully you would have shouted out 11 o'clock in the morning because we can see it is 11 a.m. So I'm going to fire off a few questions at you. They will start off easier and then get harder and harder and harder and harder. And by that, it will just mean we'll be swapping between AM and PM. And also, instead of having examples such as quarter past and half past, it may be 11 minutes past, 2 minutes past, and so on and so forth. So we're just building up your confidence. So let's first of all start off with this one. Now we had it at 11 o'clock. So now I'm going to keep it and add a few more minutes to my 11 o'clock. What time do I have here? So would you please write that time down on your piece of paper using your pencil and pause the video whilst you do that. Okay, now the time you have here is 11:15 in the morning or 11:15 a.m. Okay, either way of saying it is absolutely fine. Let's get ready for the next one. Okay, you can see I've moved on a few more minutes. What is this time, please? Press pause whilst you write it down. Okay, now this time we have here, we can see our minute hand has gone round to the half past section. So we've got 30 minutes past. We knew it was on 11. That's not moved away from that. So it's 30 minutes past 11 or half past 11 in the morning. Let's go for our next one. Okay, now what is our new time here? There may be many different ways of writing it. Press pause whilst you decide the best way you feel you can write it. Okay, now for this particular time, we could have 45 minutes past 11 in the morning. We could also have 11:45. So we could also have 11:45 because we're saying there are 15 minutes left of the hour, 15 minutes until the next hour, 15 minutes to 12 o'clock. Okay, so there are different ways of saying this one. So 11:45 or 45 minutes past 11 are two different ways of saying that, making sure that we make reference to the morning on both occasions. Or even simply saying AM, 11:45 AM. Would be another way of saying that. Let's have another one. Okay, what do we have here? Think about the time, think about the many different ways you could say it, and write that down. Off you go. Press pause. Okay, so hopefully you've written yours down, and what could we have here? Well, we could say it's AM, so we could have it's 50 minutes past 11 in the morning. Or we could say, this is quite a mouthful, 10 minutes to 12 in the morning. Or we could say 11:50 a.m. So, or we could simply say 10 to 12. So there are different ways of saying that one. They're all correct. They're all different variations of that answer. Right, let's go up for the next one. What time do we have now? Could Could you please write that down? Press pause whilst you do it. All right then, so what have we got? Well, the minute hand is pointing to the 1 and the shorthand is pointing to the 12. We only moved on a few minutes. So if we were to see that as a digital clock, it would be 12:05. So it's midday, so it's lunchtime, 12 o'clock. So 5 minutes past 12, 12:05 p.m. And we can see that we've now moved into the afternoon with p.m. Let's go for another one. Right, could you please write this time down for me? Press pause whilst you do it. Okay, on this one we have got an answer of 20 minutes past 12 in the afternoon. We've got 20 past 12 p.m. So there are different ways of saying that using the p.m. or afternoon. Let's have another go. Okay, now we're getting a bit trickier. What is that time there? Please press pause whilst you work that one out. Okay, so what do we have here? Well, if we were to see that as a digital clock, it would be 12:52 p.m. or 52 minutes past 12 in the afternoon, or even 8 minutes to 1 in the afternoon. Right, what is our new time now? Press pause and have another go. Right, so we can see shorthand, our hand has moved slightly, minute hand has moved a bit more. What time do we have? Well, we have got 9 minutes past 1 in the afternoon, 1:09 p.m. Those are different ways of possibly saying that time. Let's see if we can get on to the next one. Yeah, a bit slow. And let's have a look at this one. Our hour hand has moved considerably, but we might recognize where our minute hand has returned to. So what is the time on this one? Press pause whilst you write that one down. Okay, so if we would see that as a digital time, it would be 9 minutes past 3, 3:09 p.m. So that minute hand really went round the clock twice, but ended up in the same location. The hour hand moved to indicate a new hour there. Right, let's move on to the next one. What time do we have there? Please press pause whilst you work that one out. Okay, so what we should have there is we've gone past 3 o'clock, getting closer to 4. If we were to see that as a digital time, we would be looking at 3:39 p.m. or 39 minutes past 3, or you could even say 21 minutes to 4, so it's not too far off till 4 o'clock. Okay, what is our new time there? Press pause whilst you work that one out. Okay, and looking at this one, the hour hand has moved closer to 5. Our minute hand has moved to the end of the hour. What would that be as a digital time? It would be 4:49 p.m. or 11 minutes to 5 or 49 minutes past 4 in the afternoon. We'll do a couple more. What is our new time there? Please write that down and press pause whilst you do that. And what would we have as a new time? Well, let's have a look. We have got 24 minutes past 5 in the afternoon, 5:24 p.m. Both of those different ways of saying the same time. Last one. Right, what is that time there? Press pause and write that down. Yeah, if we were to see this as a digital time, it would look like this. And so it would be very nearly 6:30, 6:30, but it's not. So it is 6:29 p.m. or 29 minutes past 6 in the early evening or evening. Hopefully you've got those mostly correct. If there's any you are unsure about or you are feeling uncertain about this, what I'd suggest is watch the video again. Get a bit more familiar with it because there's many different ways of saying the time, and so sometimes that can be confusing just on its own. I will post the link up for this particular clock, and there will be a game I'll be illustrating, and I'll post the link for that too after this video. So they will hopefully give you another opportunity just to become a bit more familiar and a bit more confident with this. Okay, thanks for listening.